What's up, guys? Dan North here of Fortitude Training. Today we're going to be talking about push-up positioning during the setup as well as during the execution. So we're going to go over some common mistakes first before we get on to some proper cues that you could use to help you do better push-ups. The first common mistake I normally notice is excessive reaching forward of the arms and excessive high hips, or keeping the butt up too high in the air during the setup as well as during the bottom position, as you can see here with the arms pointing backwards towards my feet as opposed to vertical towards the ceiling. So you can see I'll have a video playing here. My hips are up high. I'm reaching too excessively forward with my arms, and that's putting a lot of strain on the shoulders. So I'm not setting myself up in a position to go up towards the ceiling, or setting myself up so I'm able to go up and down straight. A better position to be in during the setup of the push-up is to keep your arm completely vertical to the ceiling. It's a push up, not a push back, right? So just think that. So during the setup as well as the bottom position, you want your forearm to be completely vertical to the ceiling, because that's where you're trying to push yourself, is up. So you can see here I'm setting myself up, my arm's completely vertical or perpendicular to the floor. I get myself set up in a good position. As I lower myself, it's almost like I'm pivoting at the ankle, so I'm kind of like rotating at the ankle forward. So I'm dropping my weight forward, my forearms are completely vertical to the ceiling, perpendicular to the floor. It's a good stable position for the shoulder, so I'm able to effectively use my pecs and my triceps in the push-up, and it's not putting any unwanted strain in the shoulder in that bottom position. So it's a very good, strong position to be in as you go down to the bottom position. What you don't want to happen in the bottom position is to have your elbows flare out to the side, as you can see here. So that's a little bit too much pressure on the shoulders. So you can see here my elbows are flaring out. That's all shoulders, and it's not a good position for the shoulder there. I'm not really using my pecs effectively in the bottom position. Rather, what I would want to see is your humerus to be at a bit of a 45-degree angle towards the side of your torso. So again, you're kind of like rotating forward at the ankle, and you're able to effectively use your pecs within the movement from that bottom position push, as opposed to putting too much unwanted strain on the shoulder. I also want you to think during the setup to drag your arms back. So you want to push your hands through the floor, and without moving your hands actually back towards your feet, picture that you're dragging the floor back towards your feet to engage your lats and set your scapula in an optimal position. So it's almost like you're, rather than just dropping down to the floor in the bottom position, picture yourself like pulling yourself into the ground with your hands. So you're staying heavy with those hands, you're dragging them back towards the floor as you pull yourself into that bottom position. Another cue that you could use that makes it even more difficult is when you get to that lockout position, try to squeeze your hands together without actually moving your hands. That's really going to fire up your pecs and help that isometric contraction at the top position of the push-up. So you can see here I'm pushing myself up. I'm holding it for about a 3-second count, really trying to squeeze my hands together without actually moving them. So I'm really engaging my pecs and keep that tension there. So just a quick summary: keep the arms vertical in your setup. Remember, it's a push up, so you want to be setting your arms up vertical to the ceiling or perpendicular to the floor, so you can push yourself up. Pull yourself into the floor by keeping your hands heavy and dragging your hands back towards your feet, so you pull yourself into the bottom position and you don't just drop down. Keep your elbows at about a 45-degree angle as you get down to that bottom position. Don't let your elbows flare out to the side too much. And you want to pull your hands together or squeeze them together at the top position if you want to add an isometric contraction in the pecs to add a little bit more difficulty. Okay, guys, I hope this helped. If you guys liked the video, please be sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and if you guys have any comments or questions, please ask. I'm happy to help, and we will see you next week. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.